Greetings everyone! Here we have this new Red Blue Yellow OU Wi-Fi battle. This was a match I had against MrOrzKid. He's a really good old generation player. He plays a lot on PO ladders and PS ladders as well, mostly PO. And I'll leave the link to his channel in the description. So my team here, I have an Executor, which is usually my lead because of the sleep powder shenanigans. You know how this works in Red Blue Yellow. Then I have Alakazam, my trustworthy Alakazam. This generation, the first one, was probably the best generation for Alakazam. Chansey, mandatory Chansey, she's just that good in this tier. Then Snorlax, this fat ass Snorlax with counter as a surprise move. Golem for my rock type, it's always good for random Zapdos. And of course Tauros, the best Pokemon in Red Blue Yellow OU. So, without further ado, let's jump into the battle. So, let's go. You will notice in this battle that we had really similar teams, but when you play Red Blue Yellow OU, you can expect that to happen. So, he leads up with the Gengar, I lead with Executor. I'm just gonna go for the Psychic. He's probably gonna go for Hypnosis. But I managed to wake up on the first turn. I stayed in again because I was thinking, well, 60% might miss, but no. And this time I didn't wake up, so now I switched to Alakazam to take any move he wants to go for, but he has Confuse Ray. That's odd to see on a Gengar. Well, not that odd, but still something you don't see every day on a Gengar. I managed to break through Confusion and paralyze the incoming Executor. So that means he's now has a chance to not attack, you know, paralysis, full paralysis. And I switched to Chansey because Chansey can take special hits all day long unless I get some special drops due to the Psychic. So I went for Ice Beam to do some damage to this Executor, even though because Executor has a high special, he won't take too much from this, but still, I also want to see what he wants to do in this situation. And he actually switches into Snorlax, which takes a nice chunk from the Ice Beam. Remember, there are no leftovers in this generation, so every damage you deal is important. Now, I don't want to stay in with the Chansey because Snorlax has high attack. With Chansey's low defense, I can take a lot of damage from his attacks. And he went for Body Slam, and now I'm going to surprise him with the counter. That almost takes it out. And also I have double edge on this Snorlax instead of Body Slam. I wanted to try it out to see how the higher damage output would work. But he makes a nice prediction, goes to Gengar. I go back to my sleeping Executor, but he has the Seismic Toss as it reveals here. I managed to wake up, and I was thinking, should I switch to Alakazam and to take the incoming Hypnosis, or should I hope for the miss? I ended up hoping for the miss. It didn't happen, unfortunately, so now he can just go for the Seismic Toss. I was trying to bait the Confuse Ray, but he didn't go for it this time, so I switched to Alakazam, and now he's probably going to switch either into Executor or something that can take it. So I doubled into Chansey, and here comes the Executor as I predicted. And now I will fire up another Ice Beam. If he wants to switch, he has to risk to take a freeze, but he just stays in and explodes right away. And I lose my Chansey, which is bad. Chansey is an important one. I was kind of predicting the explosion. I could have gone for a Golem, but at the same time, if he went for the Psychic, so just to get some special drops, Golem would take a huge chunk. Now I have this Alakazam against his Chansey, but I don't want to get paralyzed, and paralyzing Chansey is not as important as paralyzing Alakazam, so I just went to Snorlax to take the paralysis. And now I'm gonna just self-destruct against this Lapras. I don't want to deal with it. And doesn't quite take it out, but now he's in range where my Alakazam can just come in and revenge kill it. Looking back at it, he could have simply switched into Chansey in this situation, but he decided to sack Lapras, which is good for me. But now it comes to Chansey again. This time I decided, you know what, just throw a paralysis on it. I can get some full paras in crucial situations. But yeah, I have to get my Alakazam paralyzed as well, which makes him not as useful as he could have been. And as you can see here, he was fully paralyzed when the Snorlax switched in, which was unfortunate. I went for the Psychic and he could have died right there. But now I bring in my Golem on a Body Slam, and I was debating either go for the here I'm going just for the Earthquake, and there's no reason to explode in this situation. Faster than Snorlax, he's in range where EQ takes him out. And now he reveals his Tauros. And here I was debating between either explode right away or go for the EQ, predicting a Gengar, switch in predicting him to predict me to go for the explosion. I ended up going for Earthquake, but as you can see here, he's taking his time to think and he stayed in. So if I would have exploded right here, I could have taken his Tauros out, or close to, and therefore would save me from a lot of trouble. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. He stayed in and made the right prediction. Now he's just gonna finish me off with an EQ. The crit didn't matter. I think I was at low amount of HP. So we have here now Tauros on Tauros. It's up for the speed type. He's not in range where Hyper Beam will kill, so I need to go for Body Slam first. I'm not hoping for paralysis because I can't get paralysis against normal types, since yeah, Body Slam is a normal move, and in Red Blue Yellow you cannot get a secondary status effect on a Pokemon that has the same type as the attacking move. So now I'm debating here going for a Hyper Beam, but he predicted that very well and went to his Gengar, and I just stayed in. He won the speed tie, and still I managed to get off some damage with EQ. Now again, it's another speed tie, Tauros versus Gengar. So if I'm thinking, should I stay in and risk the speed tie? He cannot take me out with any attack from this range unless he gets a crit. But still, so much things going on through my head because yeah, speed ties are always tricky. And he wins against the speed tie, and I hit myself in confusion due to the confuse ray, which is bad. Now not only have I win the speed ties, but I have to break through confusion as well. So no, I don't want to risk that. I went to Alakazam. I can still take another Seismic Toss, but it goes with a Confuse Ray and Alakazam hits himself. So now I am in range for Seismic Toss to take me out, and I don't want to switch to Tauros to take unnecessary damage. I don't want to go to Executor because I think he can finish me off with 2 Seismic Tosses. Yes, he could finish me off with 2 Seismic Tosses at that range. So now my Tauros is not confused anymore. I'm going to go for the speed type yet again. Let's see how this will go. If I win, I just get an EQ off and his Gengar is down. If he wins, it depends on the move he chooses. And he wins the speed type, goes for Confuse Ray, but Tauros breaks through. Gengar is out. Finally, no more Confuse Ray for me. So he's down to 2 Pokemon. One of them is Chansey and the other one is his own Tauros. He probably will go into Tauros in this situation, even though Chansey is at full health, but paralyzed, plus Tauros can get crits. But no, he actually went to Chansey. But since my Tauros is confused, I decided just to go to Executor. And I managed to wake up here and take the Ice Beam. And this is now whenever I have to explode, take this Chansey out. And now it's down to a Tauros face off. Whoever wins the speed tie here wins the game. It came down to this. We both went for Hyper Beam to finish in style. So let's see. Come on, Tauros, you can do this. You can do this, Tauros. You can outspeed him. You can win the speed tie here. But no. His own Tauros wins the speed tie and finishes my own Tauros off with a Hyper Beam. That was unfortunate, but still it was a really close game. 1-0. It came down to the end speed tie. There are some plays he could have made that could have closed the game earlier or not. We never know because of all the status paralysis. But still, we had good predictions on both sides and less good predictions as well. Still, hope you guys enjoyed this battle. Please check MrOrzKid out. He does a lot of old generation battles, including 4th gen. And as for us, we see us in the next video. Take care of yourselves and see ya!